Hello both friends and enemies of the channel. This is Rambo Cabbage, aka Mr. Cabbage, aka Cabbage Guy, aka the one who knocks when playing, not when playing Master Duel, but today I will be going over some of the replays I've garnered over the times of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, because I've been getting into this game because Duel Links has disappointed me time and time again. And you know, I'm like, surely it gets better, it gets worse, surely it gets better, it gets worse. But you know, I've made a couple of decks in Master Duel and I got replays that I don't want to let decay, I guess. So here goes the first one. In this matchup, I am playing Dragonmaid Bestials, but like a very budget friendly one, I guess. It's only 2 structure decks in the Bestials. And, you know, it's still a pretty decent deck. So I believe I'm playing against Tempai, some kind of Tempai deck here, right? But we're gonna call dude over here Mr. Stapler, because that's all he's got. So far he's whipped out 3 staples, right? Get this guy in schools, you know, he's got a lot of supplies. Anyways, right? So I just like go into like some standard dragon stuff, I guess. There's no dragon maids really being summoned here outside of using them for link material. Are we playing Dragon Link? Maybe. I don't have all the cards for Dragon Link. Don't ask me to play Dragon Link. I'm not loaded like that. I can't make these decks. But I wanted to play Dragon Maids because low-key is one of my favorite archetypes. It just works. That's how I like to describe this archetype. So I make seals and pass. That's basically what I end on. Tough dragon plays, by the way, make seals and pass. So Mr. Stapler over here, he had 3 staples. What's that? The 4th one! What? Now you may be wondering, why did he just activate seals? Is he stupid? Yes. I saved my regain because I only have 1 copy of this guy. And it's low-key like the best card in this deck. What's that? A 5th staple! Ah! Get that weak stuff out of here, bro. And then I just get some free value because his dragon maids are awesome. And this is when this man reveals the secret Tempai, right? You know, I think he's a poser. I don't think he's a real Tempai player, but he does actually start Tempaiing me. So I'm gonna fast forward this because it's just a lot of me summoning dragon maids and then going into Shu. This is kind of all that happens here. I go into Shu, I go into seals. Attack! Now here, I will admit, right? This is probably a good call by the grave target. I just didn't think that through. I just negated it anyways. And I figured if he had anything, I have call by the grave ready to disable him. So here my opponent draws the Pydra, right? Of course, Tempai, you know. Ha ha ha. He sets Sengen summoning. And fortunately, I have a Baldrake. Meaning that whatever he synchro summons or Xyz summons will be immediately banished. And there's nothing he can do! Ha 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 ha. And here, right? Let me break it down for you Yu-Gi noobs. Not Yu-Gi noobs, but people that are new to Yu-Gi-Oh! So this card right here, Sengen Summoning, right, is limited to 1 because it's a very strong card. Now, it has an effect, right, that's once per turn right here. It says you can only activate Sengen Summoning once per turn. Or you can only use this effect, right? So the effect to search a Tempai monster, which you can use to create a bunch of Synchro Tempai dragons that will murder me if I let him do it. So he goes into a Link Monster Hida to try to do some shenanigans. I'm not gonna lie, this did not work out for him. Even if he had Typhon, Baldrake still banishes it. Ba 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 boom. Okay, that's probably like the weakest replay. They will get stronger. So this is the Speedroid deck that I had on stream. I just changed a little bit of the cards around because I'm gonna be honest. This deck definitely feels worse than the Dragonmaid Bestial deck. Even though it's supposed to be like, I guess they just got their support. You know what I mean? But this is during the Synchro Cup, right? I got Twin Twisters, Card Turbo, Ash Blossom. Now, I've never seen the deck I'm playing against up until this point, so I just Ash the first thing I see, right? Ashbrain. So let's just say this guy inherits his inner Yusei Fudo. And I am fast forwarding these because these are pretty long. And there's 12 of them, so I kind of want to get through them in less than an hour. I hope I can make this video less than an hour. But yeah, my opponent right here, right? He just starts whipping out his Johnson, basically. He has no mercy for me as a human being, right? As a performer, one of the best I've ever seen. As a human being, if that's your boy, fuck you. Sorry for cussing. Anyways, if you know where that's from, you got ball knowledge. So as you see my opponent, right? He's prepping a bunch of synchro monsters ready to destroy me. So he goes for Clear Wing, he goes for Red Hot Supernova Dragon, which banishes my whole board. That's an Omni negate, and then there's a monster negate. So I draw Triple Tactics, which is probably the best thing I could have drawn. I activate Twin Twisters in hopes that he would negate this, right? But he doesn't, right? I summon Terratop, I summon Card Turbo. For some reason, he decides to negate Card Turbo. Which in all likeliness, he probably never seen Speedroids before. So maybe it's all that. Activate Triple Tactics talents. Steal Clear Wing from him. That monster doesn't belong to you. I attack Red on Calamity. Not Red Supernova, that's the different one. That's a different card I'm thinking about. I negate his effect to banish all my cards. 11,000! Enough to trade with them and deal 3,000. Activate Duplicate. My boy. I go into Cork Shooter. Now I kind of forgot that you can't special summon off this guy because it's a trap card. So I get Clear Wing Wonder. Synchro. My ride! My tough ride! Roll my dice. I roll a 5. That's 2. Bam, bam, he's gone. So now I got a tribute into 2 synchro monsters and an explosion ready to blow him up. So as soon as he does that, right, I don't remember what that card did at the time, so I just did this as like a response. Clear Wing! And Clear Wing fast. Both ready to protect me from any synchro extra deck monster. He summons a Stardust Dragon back to the field. He summons that thing. Jet Synchron. And he activates the effect, right? It is negated, but this is something smart that he does, right? If a monster on his side of the field is tributed, that guy activates, and he can special summon it back to the field, but with its effects. So this guy's not dusted yet. He still has a chance. But I think here my opponent messed up. My opponent decides to do some level stuff. But I'm able to negate it since he targeted a level 5 or higher monster on the field. And he ends his turn. And with no cards left on the board, I special summon High Speedroid Hagoida because I thought I could summon the big guy, but I couldn't. So no monsters left on the board. I summon Speedroid Hagoida, charge up my monsters, and attack directly for 5,000 attack! Boom, 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 boom! That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what we do. I'ma holla. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Here's a really rough replay. This is versus Mimighouls, right? I will say this. He didn't draw his starter right away, I don't think. So, I had a chance. Actually, yeah, he didn't draw his starter right away. My opponent sets 2 pass. So I'm like, I go for my Lupelion because this card's awesome. But he Lancias me, so all my Bystials are turned off for this turn. Which is smart of him, right? I draw my Magnamut. I just gotta wait till next turn. That's basically all I gotta do. He Ghost Spells me. Because obviously he didn't draw his starters, but he did draw his Staple Sword. He's gonna be able to stall me off with that. I'm actually surprised he negated Nurse Dragonmaid. Because all it does is special summon a monster to my field. So my opponent passes again because he bricked. Now my Bystials are live. So I start Bystialing him up. Going to Lupelion. Lupelion snipes the Regain, which is literally the best card in this deck. It's a free draw every turn, a free special summon every turn. Like, what? Insane spell card, mind you. I'm not sure why I activated Send Off there. I think it's just to keep Nurse on my field and, you know, make seals and pass. Because I'm tough like that. Oh, that's why, actually. Because I could use the Laundry to get Nurse back on my hand. And I can get another card. Push summon it back to the field. Summon Galactic Spiral Dragon. Level 8. Make a target negate. Which there probably are better level 8s I can summon. I just don't have any other level 8s outside of Galaxy Eyes. There's a Galaxy Eyes Royal Rare that I'll show you. I don't think I summoned it in any of these duels. But he's kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. Look at this guy. Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, number 62. That dude looked tough. I got him from like a free pack at some point. So here my opponent droplets my Heretic Dragon, right? Here's a cool little thing that you might not know about Forbidden Droplet. It has to have the attack, right? It has to have the attack. This thing has 0 attack. You cannot droplet seals. So he decides that it's my time to stop living. So he activates Lightning Storm. I activate my seals just to make sure I keep this card on my extra deck, just in case I need it for later. I summon Chamber. Chamber gives me my changeover so I can actually start activating my Dragonmaid cards. He has Dribble Tactic Talon's Thrust, and he starts thrusting me vigorously. And he gives me a card that will blow me up and kill me! Ah! I'm not exactly sure what he does here, but it's no good for me. So I use my Bestial Magic to summon Bestial Baldrake back, just so I can try to stop him from going into an extra deck monster. Like maybe Typhon, perhaps. And he plays the Mimighoul spell, which is like, oh, if you have spell trap removal, there's no problem here. But if you don't have spell trap removal, this card is gonna be your worst nightmare. So this card prevents you from attacking with any card summoned that turn if you control a flip summon, if you control a face down monster, which is all they do to you. They summon a bunch of face down monsters on your field. And here my opponent summons Anima. I completely forgot this card exists. If there's a card in this zone, right, he could steal it. So I just activate Baldrake to banish that. So that is kind of on me, right? I even give him his Anima back. I don't know if he could use it, do it twice, but he probably did try it. So here I just summon Magnum up before he can make a negate or anything like that. Just so I can, you know, get a free dragon next turn. He summons another Nuclear Explosion on my turn. Is that what that one does? Yeah, destroy all face-up monsters you control. It's another bomb he planted on my field. There's absolutely nothing I can do. Low par will prevent him from activating this effect later on down the turn. So I use his interruption now. That's how strong Dragonmaids are, by the way. I could just use that. And even though it's technically a card disadvantage, I'm forcing him to make plays that would make him uncomfortable. So again, he summons another a bomb to my field. I don't think that one's a bomb. I just think that one's annoying. So summon Magnamut again. I probably should have summoned something else, but I just want the free dragon at the end of every turn. It'd be incredibly helpful. I forgot what Fairy does. Okay, what Fairy does, right? I think you can't activate normal summoned effects or special summoned effects from the hand. That's not really too wild. It's just considering that I've already basically used those effects. So I summon Shu in attack mode. I use Dragonmaid Tiding to revive monsters from my graveyard, right? I revive Nurse. Nurse revives Chamber. We got 3 monsters on the field now. I grab Hospitality. Do I use Hospitality or what do I do? I return Chamber back to my hand to get my changeover back. I activate Hospitality's effect to summon Kitchen. Mill the Kitchen Dragon. Now we got a bunch of dragons. I exceed summon. I built the overlay network. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon, right? I could destroy a card every turn. So I destroy the field spell because that card's annoying. It's really annoying. Now I'm gonna be honest. I think I should have summoned House Dragonmaid. And I think I do. No, maybe I shouldn't have actually. I'm just looking back at what I did. I just get a free draw here. And bam, we got 2 dragons for House Dragonmaid here. Maybe if I did that sooner, it would have been a good idea. Like do my changeover, get House Dragonmaid back. And now my opponent has no cards left, but 2 cards in his hand. And I got a follow-up play. I got a negate. I got 2 more Dragonmaids. I got more advantage. What can you do? Also, I was running out of time. That's why I didn't summon a second Dragonmaid. Or I was just waiting for the Bistio. I don't know. He saw the Baldrake. He couldn't exceed summon into the most fun tier. Not the most fun tier. Can I check his deck? Sorry if I'm talking really fast. Okay, so he is playing Kashtira. He's gonna summon the most fun card ever. By the way, if you play Kashtira, I hope you don't sleep well at night. Okay, maybe that's a little mean. Look, I'm just saying that it's not a fun deck to play against. Might be fun to play, not fun to play against. So here, in this replay, I'm playing Heroes. And this is kind of going to be mainly most of the replays, because I've been playing Heroes for the most part. Heroes is probably my favorite deck. So here my opponent decides he's going to start with the Blue Eyes combo, you know. I'm going to skip this, because I'm sure a lot of people have seen the Blue Eyes combo, but you summon the Synchro guy summons the Negate guy, and then he's going to do True Light. And that gets him more cards, so he just gets a bunch of cards. Yeah, he's gonna keep going. He sets 4 and he passes. But look what I got in hand. Yeah. As he proceeds to try something. But he actually has Prime my Drill Beam, and I think that negates me. So that sucks. So, you know, good on him for drawing that card. Also, if you want me to change the music in the background, because I feel like there's dual background, you know, maybe it gets tired after at some point. I have to turn down the music for the other replays. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So, I think this is... I don't know the full Evil Hero line. I just got the cards because they look kind of cool. And yeah, that's kind of where it ended. So opponent ashes my search. I am cooked. I am fried. But unfortunately for you, I have Destiny Hero Malicious able to link summon into my Cross Crusader. And get back to searching. Imperm! Ah! Right, he imperms me, so I go into Malicious again. Do it again. Wonder Driver. I do this. Oh, I activate Miracle Fusion first? Oh, that's actually kind of smart. Fusion Destiny will lock me out of a lot of the Miracle Fusion targets. Good job, me in the past. Activate Fusion Destiny. This guy destroys my cards, mind you. So there goes my cards. The Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer returns to my field. And I forgot what else I do here. Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, this dude definitely did not lose, but he mentally lost the duel, right? He couldn't take it mentally. It's the Sigma Boy grind set. That's what I'm gonna call that replay in the timestamp. I hope I remember. I don't know what a Sigma Boy is. I don't know what that stuff is. I just hear people talking about it, people making fun of those people, and you know, I don't know those people. Here my opponent is playing Azamina White Forest. Right? Now this deck, I have no idea what this deck does. I'm not even gonna try to explain it to you. Just know this guy summons about like 15 different guys. And he has like anti-spell fragrance on a monster effect. So my opponent just like, he just does a bunch of stuff. Like, this is why I think, look, if I ever do make a format in this game, this stuff would probably not exist. How does every single card give you an interaction that gives you another interaction that gives you more card advantage? He has 5, he has a boss monster, he has a card that activates the other cards. He summons anti-spell fragrance monster. And then I use a hero lives because it's a normal spell. And he doesn't negate my Stratos for some reason. Activate Dark Fusion. He negates Dark Fusion. Because, you know, because this deck already doesn't have enough spell negates. Actually, that's an Omni negate. Never mind. Here, activate Ferris. you know, go into the standard hero combos where I try to get my polymerization. He negates it, I think. Or he negates the second effect. And not only that, he fusion summons with the trap card he just used into another guy. I don't think this guy does anything crazy. No, he sends one of my cards to the graveyard, so he's gonna send Stratos to the graveyard. I'm surprised. Actually, I can't drop it. He has anti-spell fragrance, so I have to set my cards, right? Let me pause it real quick. So I have to set my cards, and since this is a quick play, if you set it, you can't actually activate it that turn. It has the same rules as a trap card. So there I was trying to get him to use a... He has a spell trap destruction. He has something. I just wanted him to use it on that set spell. So again, he fusion summons during my turn into another Saint Azamina. I summon Dead End Prison. Yeah, I try to cook with Dead End Prison. But you know, fortunately for me, I can't just spawn in my fusion monsters like this. I actually have to get, you know, polymerization. And I don't got that right now. So we use Inferno Rider to get my Dark Fusion back. And then I Dark Fusion into the one and only Evil Hero Malicious Bane! I thought it was Neos Lord. But I just destroy his whole board. Absolutely wipe him off the face of the planet. So through the fire and the flames, we reign supreme as the one and only hero player. My aura made him surrender. He did all of that to lose to one monster. I'm just saying. It's a little ridiculous how long these people's turns take, especially when you get beat up with heroes and you can feel just amazing with it, okay? The hero always wins in the end. That's not entirely true, but it does in these replays. Okay, so here I'm playing a Neospatian. This is Omni Heroes, I think. I think that's how you describe this deck. So I'm maxing my opponent because he's playing the most fun deck ever, Kashtira. By the way, the reason why there's no Kashtira replays probably after a certain point, I just don't duel Kashtira. Kashtira is so boring if they go first, obviously. I just think it's dumb that they get... I guess that's just Dark Law, actually. Actually, you know what? Maybe they're not that bad. But I think it's just worse because of how easy it is to access it. Yeah, it's actually worse. Never mind. Because this is a generic engine. You have to be playing heroes to have Dark Law. So he summons most fun card ever. So, you know, I gotta get cooking. I summon Neospatian Aqua Dolphin in attack mode because he's just tough. I want to see what hand traps this guy has. He has Nibiru. So now that I know he has Nibiru, I gotta keep that in mind in the back of my Johnson, right? Make sure I'm not quivering or nothing. So he banishes my best card. And there's nothing I could do about that, right? He just banishes it. And he's just gonna keep on stealing all my cards. So I'm gonna steal him! And he decides to use the effect, right? Just to get rid of something on my field. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Aqua Dolphin, but maybe he's aware of a hero lives. He's trying to make sure that I don't have access to that. So I steal his Kashtira Fenrir because he decides to summon it, right? And since he already used this effect, then I can use that effect to banish the guy that banishes everything. Because I think I'm hero locked. But he solemn warnings my engage, right? Engage Neospace. So I can't summon Stratos now. But End Shuffle kinda does the same thing. And he Drew's Worms a card in my graveyard. I don't think that mattered too much. So I End Shuffled Blaze Man mills, or he searches Poly. And we kinda need Poly. And you know, for some reason that continuous spell just has an effect to banish cards because, you know, I like having a graveyard sometimes, but not this time apparently. We go into instant contact. Brave Neos just to get a high level guy on my field. Fire Flint Lady. Bam! Polymerization! I fuse into my ultimate monster. Inferno Flame Rage. The Wingman of Truth. That's not his name. I'm just making shit up. Also, I might be talking a lot. So... yeah. I'm not apologizing. That's just me. I'm a holla. He decides to activate Nibiru. Because obviously he has Nibiru, right? He had it. I saw it. completely demolishes my entire board, giving me this ultra beefy token. And he just destroys it with Juice Worm, and I think, you know, that's not cool. So after all of that, I activate my favorite contact. Shuffling monsters into my deck to summon my ultimate creature. Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. Obliterate my opponent's cheeks. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how the Kashtira deck works, so I don't know if I destroyed the right cards, but he just ended his turn, so maybe it was. So here I draw Durandal. This just gives me an Infernoble guy, I think. So he just can get a Kashtira every turn. Something about that doesn't seem right. You might get banned from my format. Boom! Maybe just a Rise Heart would be banned. It's too generic though. I don't like how generic it is. If this was its own strategy, I'd be more lenient. But it doesn't lock you into anything. So he's gonna keep on Kashtiraing. I'm gonna keep on swinging. There's nothing this guy can do. He cannot target Shining Neos Wingman. His aura is too hyphy. His Nibiru, boom! He's gone. He's a goner. Also, my voice may be a little fatigued because I was talking a lot yesterday. And I was a little sick yesterday, so I probably shouldn't have been talking so much. Yeah, and it's the homie's Bozo Buzz birthday when I'm recording this. I don't know. I hope I release this on the same day. I might do limited editing on this, so just timestamps probably. So I apologize if you wanted a little bit more editing. That was this deck, right? I do believe it was this duel because that hasn't been a duel before. But we're only up to replay 6 right now, and the recording is 26 minutes. This will probably be the longest one because I'll probably like record only 6 replays and then show 6 replays. But I'm trying to get all these replays out of here so I can start saving replays. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I know what you mean. Thank you, Rainbow Cabbager. I'm a holla. So this is when Crystron's was tier 1. I didn't know what they did. I know what regular Crystron's does. I don't know what the new cards do. So he draws Inclusion, right? Drawing Lockbird. He's done. Can't do anything else after that, apparently. I try to summon Stratos to like bait out something. He draws me. You know, smart man. It be what it be, it do what it do. I'm a holla. I don't remember what I do, so I'm just gonna watch this with you. I just do a bunch of hero stuff. Oh, right. Nightmare Fuel? Excuse me? Oh, I'm about to restart the replay. Okay, I restarted the replay. Let me go to my first search, which is Airman. No, this is when I used the triple tactics. I think I used it to check for Nibiru, because Nibiru kind of shafts me. Summon Vion, and then after this activate triple. Let me see this. Let me see his Nightmare Fuel of a hand. Yeah, he had 3 Molt Charmies in hand. Okay, well. Oh, my bad, Mr. Rich Guy over here. He doesn't activate it because he's drolled. So he doesn't draw any cards, which, you know, is a good play because he's trying to stop me from OTKing him this turn. So the Molt Charmies won't really do anything. Except draw Nibiru, probably. So here I just attack him with what I got since I can't search my fusion spells. That's all I have. Oh, it's his turn. He didn't draw anything, as you could guess. Excuse me. But it's crazy how one draw... That's not really a crazy replay, though. I feel like I've had better ones. He was playing Centurion, apparently. Let me peep this deck out. Oh, he wasn't playing Centurion. He probably just had the Synchro. Yeah, he has the Synchro. I don't know what that deck does. I just know it exists. Next replay. I don't remember. I saw the cards. I don't remember what this replay was. It's Snake Eyes. It's Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. Maybe. Bonfire. You know what they say about the hero, right? The hero always wins in the end. My opponent, he starts snake eyeing all over the place, right? He whips out his snake and then his eye came out. I'm gonna be for real. I don't know what this deck does. He summoned like 5 million monsters and they all do something. And yeah, he tries to stop me. But unfortunately for him, I'm too tough. I got too much. Oh, it's Fireking Snake Eyes, not Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. But look at this guy, right? He does a whole load of yapping. Hey, quit yapping and show us your meat, or I'm finna crash out. I'm not. I feel like I should have activated Twin Twisters there first, but I think I do Shadow Mist just to search again. So because of his Xyz Monsters effect, I don't go after the field spell, and he negates my Twin Twisters, which is a good move. Alright, but I'm getting rid of a negate. That's all that matters right there. I draw Dead End Prison for some reason. I don't remember why. I think this is definitely the first time I had the evil heroes. I was just trying to be evil and shit. I do Inferno Rider, draw Dark Fusion, activate Dark Fusion, try to get something done. He doesn't negate it. We go into Evil Hero Neo's Lord, and I attempt to steal his monster, and I get it successfully. And with his own monster's effect, and I keep that monster forever, by the way. The monster never goes to his back to his side of the field. And he decides to destroy his own monster for some strange reason. I think that's a bad move. I would have gone for increase at least. At least that way I'd have to sacrifice my Neos Lord. But he probably never duel against heroes, let's be honest. I don't think there's a lot of hero players in the ladder at this point in time. So he does a whole load of yapping. Hey, show us your meat type shit. Sorry for cussing. And he just adds like 5 billion cards to his hand. No, he has 1 card to his hand. That's the other decks. I go into a standard hero combo, you know, start getting my polymerization so I can actually start fusing off. Being tough. I'm just gonna play this part out because I think I just get Liquid Soldier and then I get Neos off of Infernal Devicer. And then off of this we go into Flame Wingman. Flame Wingman just has aura, right? So when I lose a 20v1, I gain aura? That's not how he says it. If you know the video, you know the video. I go into Sunriser. Sunriser catches Miracle Fusion. And with the power of friendship, I activate Miracle Fusion. I banish every single hero known to man. Wake up, your elemental hero. And then I go into Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Nothing beats the strength of our bond. Let's enjoy tearing each other to shreds. Nothing you do matters. I blow up his whole board with his own card. Dark Law, attack, total defeat! That's what we call it. Amahala. So it keeps my old name, unless my name is Lamar. No, my name is Cabbage Guy now. You're gonna see my name. It's not gonna be pretty. But I thought I was just naming my deck. Here we go. So I choose to go second a lot because I like to let my opponents cook, right? And we're dueling against Young Jizz. And he starts doing the Horus stuff. I don't know how this deck works. I just see this deck, they summon like 5 billion different things off of that card effect. Because I look at this. You're telling me he gets 3 monsters off that one spell? And he's not locked into anything. That's my main problem. He's not locked into anything. Well, I got 2 monsters that time. Another guy got 3 off of me. I think this is the full Crystron. I don't know if this is the full Crystron combo, actually. I don't think it is. So he goes to FA. He goes to Esqueletus. I know he does FA. Hey, there's FA Dragstar. And this guy just doesn't stop. And I'm guessing at some point he messed up the combo because he only ended with 1 negate. And I draw my Royal Rare, by the way. A Hero Lives. He negates that because he thinks that's all I got in my hand. That couldn't be further from the truth. I summon Airman in attack mode. He searches Ferris. Ferris gives me more value. Then I start doing regular hero stuff. Getting me another poly. Because I'm tough like that. We start fusing away my monsters. Now, I do think there was probably an easier line I could do. But like the lower down I go, the more new I was to evil heroes. So I didn't really dig into that side of the deck. I still have all 3 cards in my hand. Did I summon evil hero Neos Lord here? No, I go into Infernal Rage. Rage gives me contact. Then I go into Sunrise. Sunrise gives me more stuff. Yeah, we fuse off into Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Only one other guy. Is a Miracle Fusion into, yeah, Shining Flare, Neos. Now we got a bunch of burn. We got a bunch of explosions going off on his side of the field. I didn't know this guy just gets free draws off of that. You know, my bad. Dark Calling into the Darkest Night. Ready to disable my opponent's monsters. Now this does damage to their original attack. That guy has 3,000. No, he doesn't. But close to it. Boom! Boom! Never stood a chance. Come at me with any deck you have. This is like rookie rank, by the way, or something. I don't know why this dude's playing Crystrons there. Like Coughing Child versus Hydrogen Bomb. Like, my boy, I see why he can't rank up. I see why you're still down here. So this is probably the first time I've played Dragonmaids in this game. And, you know, I go up against Blue Eyes, so he Veilers my parlor, right? I'm like, oh, dang it. But unluckily for him, I have Dragonmaid Send Off. The Dragonmaid card nobody plays. But take that, you loser woozer. Do I mill Chamber? Yeah, I'm so tough! I summon Chamber in attack mode. Chamber tries to search for changeover, but it doesn't work. Because he has Ash. So I go into the Striker Dragon. This is before I had Bystials. And I use that as material for Darkness. Darkness just gets me another card on the field. Go into Heavenly Spheres. Dragon's Mirror. Probably one of the best cards, by the way. One of the best cards in this deck to have. Is being able to use your graveyard as fusion material is so good. I think that's what the new Dragonmaid support does. My opponent gives up his draw phase to get the Blackluster Soldier ritual spell. That's cool, right? So I just let him do that. I summon Nurse, summons Chamber. Chamber gives me another card to my hand. And I grab downtime so I can get some more card advantage later on down the line. I'm still thinking like Duel Links, by the way. I haven't evolved to this metagame. But I do know that card is annoying as hell, so I negate that right off rip. And he does another search. So far he just has two Blackluster Soldier cards, and then he has Blue Eyes. He uses Chaos Form to summon Chaos Max Dragon. Oh, he does it. He summons Blackluster Soldier, Legendary Swordsman of the End Times. Before the battle phase, I put that back in his hand, and he loses. Take that, you Blue Eyes, blue bum. Let me peep the deck real quick. We're up to 40 minutes now. Yeah, this is like your standard meta deck Blue Eyes before the ban listed it. Yeah, but you can see how annoying that is. Now this second duel, I can tell you this is probably not gonna be good. This is the first replay I saved with heroes. And the other one is the Speedroid deck that actually made me want to start playing this game. I just want to had Rescue Rabbit, bro. Rescue Rabbit's tough. I don't care what no one says. Look at him. So I brick, right? My opponent starts doing Cyberdark stuff. He's like, heh, I'm gonna Cyberdark and kill you. I don't know what this deck does. Like, all he does is add a bunch of Cyberdarks to his hand. And he tries to go for a fusion summon. And let's just say he's very successful in his endeavor. I didn't even set imperm, bro. I'm chopped. What am I doing? So like this is not the strongest duelist, okay? I don't want you to expect it to be the strongest duelist. So I take the damage here to set increase because I absolutely need increase to make sure I can do some hero stuff. But unfortunately I didn't get anything because, you know, I'm a bum, I guess. So I set my imperm in the imperm lane. He mills 2, grabs another cyber dragon. You know, this guy's low-key cooking me right now, right? I'm on the back foot. He's about to murder me. Spirit of Neos, protect my life. Spirit of Neos protects me. I grab instant contact because I have no idea what that card does. He can't destroy that guy by battle. So he links off into Azalea? Dash Striker Azalea? Destroys one of my cards, unfortunately. Wait, if this card summons, send all other cards to the grave, all face-up cards to the graveyard? That is evil. I stop him from doing that because obviously I think I'd lose otherwise. And with no other cards left on the board, he admits defeats and forfeits. This is the replay that made me want to start playing Duel Links. Not Duel Links, Master Duel. Not Duel Links. I don't want to play Duel Links right now. Me and Duel Links, you know, we broke up. I don't like you anymore, Duel Links. You're changing for the worse. You're not fixing your skill addiction. Alright, so here's the Synchro Festival. Last year, maybe? I'm not sure when this was. There was a date there. I just didn't look at it. So my opponent's playing Ice Barriers. I pick Speedroids just because, you know, this is probably the first time I've played Speedroids, actually. Like, not even in Duel Links. This is just the first time I've played Speedroids. And I immediately realized this deck was awesome because you could kind of play through almost anything. So here my opponent starts doing Ice Barrier things. Where he draws like 5 billion cards off of the Bombardillo Crocodillo. Right there, right? Draws 3 cards. Let him draw it? Oh, he draws 4 with that guy. So he draws 4 cards. And he sets 1, passes his turn. Probably to discard with this guy. I use my Speedroid Scratch. Get my combo started. I know this is the best card in the deck. Everybody uses this card. Everybody knows about Terratop. So I summon Terratop in defense mode. This man imperms me. This man stops me from even living or breathing, bro. This man has no mercy. Fortunately for me, I have the Ghost Mourner. So I can negate this card to stop him from making me discard. So I didn't realize this card is like at any point, right? You could just keep on doing this. So I go into Hagoida. No, I go into Charge Warrior. Draw a card. Pray. He Mourners that. That's actually better for me. Even Bombardillo Crocodillos, man. That has no chill, by the way. No chill. Absolutely no chill. Destroys everything I ever known and loved. I think that actually stopped his negate. Den Daiko, bring back card turbo. Link summon! High speed rubber band shooter, which is the best card in the deck. I didn't realize this until I actually started playing the game. And I just start going crazy. I start going ham. I summon Clear Wing because he's tough! I could have went into Cork Shooter, mind you. Hold on, what's this extra deck look like? This extra deck's so much better than the current one. It has Kite Drake. Yeah, it has 2 Cork Shooters in it. I could have gone into Cork Shooter. I just didn't know what Cork Shooter does. It's also probably the best card in the deck. So here my opponent tries to attempt to destroy my Clearwing Synchro Dragon. My fire will never break! He destroys my rubber band shooter. It is amazing. Activate this card. Instead of letting him negate it, I do let him negate it. Never mind. I go into Clear Wing, Crystal Wing. Draw Kite Drake! I don't even go to Crystal Wing! I'm a menace! No, seeing this back is actually so tough. Hold on, wait, pause break. Let him know, Rescue Rabbit, let him know! Oh my god, look at it. Alright, that's enough of that. So somehow, right? Somehow my opponent still has a move to make. by some ill fate, he can still play the game after I destroyed everything he had. And he surrenders. Does he realize he can't make a monster that has more than 3,000 attack? But that deck single-handedly hooked me onto this game. Like you like, what? Also, I missed the original like Duel backgrounds music. This is my ID in case you want to like friend me or something. Hi, Laundry. Hi. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you if you did make it this far. If you didn't make it this far, comment. Comment cabbage guy. Yeah, just comment cabbage guy. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else I can think of right now. I'ma holla. Stay up, play.